So there are a couple of things that I'm going to do this year. I've been doing one of these, I think I'm in my 7th year, which is a challenge to find a one word. Some of you have heard of this. Some of you probably have done it and maybe you haven't repeated it. But here's the deal. Just find something that works for you. I'm going to give you 2 ideas. Find a one word. Find a one word for 2025. This isn't something that you go searching for or you just kind of go like, hey, this is what I should be doing. It's not about that. It's a spiritual focus. So you have to get quiet before the Lord. You have to get quiet. You have to listen. Start asking him today. Maybe some of you have already started asking. What would be a one word? He already knows what it is. He understands all this stuff, right? You're not telling him something new. And you just say, I want a one word for the year. If you want to speak to me and you want to enlarge my life, you want to do something new in me. There's an area of my life that I need to focus on. There's some healing I need. Whatever it is, nobody knows you better than God. He knows you better than you know yourself. So when you do this, he's all too eager to help you with this already, right? He's waiting for you to ask. So you just ask, what's my one word for 2025? What one thing do you want me to focus on? And you guys, it will pop up everywhere. My one word for last year was deeper. I have never gone as deep with God. Transforming is a powerful word. Gets me emotional because he transformed me in areas of my life that desperately needed it, and areas of my life I could not have told you I needed it. So going deeper and giving a definition of deeper and changing my prayer life, deeper and more meaningful. And I've really already been a prayer warrior for decades. He took me to resources. He put me in situations. He created new relationships. He got rid of relationships. He put me in a different church. I'm just telling you, it's transformational. So if you want this experience, seriously, just go ask God. He will drop one word into your spirit. I kind of do the fleece test. It's like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and lay the fleece out here. It's just like, is this just my brain or is God giving me this word, right? Because I think we all think that sometimes. So what I do is it's like, okay, if I hear this word 3 times, if it keeps popping up, if I hear it the first time, then all of a sudden, and just something in your spirit quickens, something spiritually quickens you to know, wait a minute, there's that word again. And then just be honest with God. It's like sometimes I think we have to be praying in a certain way, and we don't. He's in your life. He's having a relationship with you. He wants you to be more relational with him. So if this starts to happen, you just kind of go like, God, is this you? Is this my brain? Am I thinking this? Is the enemy tricking me? What a weird word, or whatever it is that's happening. Just talk to him about it. Then he will confirm it again. There's a scripture in the Bible that says he wants to give us good things more than we can even imagine. Better than parents, better than the people who love you the most. He's waiting, wanting and longing to give you good things. So don't doubt your word. The second thing I'm going to encourage you to do is think about your story. Everybody has a story. Everybody's story is different and unique to you. It's like even if you have the same category or topic, the details of your story are different. And sometimes one detail or 2 parts of, or the situation or something about your story that sets it ever so slightly apart from the other person's story in the same category, God will use that. If you haven't thought about your testimony and you're uncomfortable with knowing how to communicate your testimony to another person, think about it as your story, because that is what your testimony is. The entire Bible is testaments of stories. That's what it is, from beginning to end. And we hear the good, bad, the raw, the beautiful. We hear it all. We hear about women that wanted to get pregnant and they couldn't. We hear about women who lost babies because of their sin. We heard about affairs and people sleeping with other people. And we hear about people who cheated, and we hear about people who lied. I mean, we know their story. We also know all the good things, right? We hear all the amazing things that God does when he comes in to your story. So if you've never thought about how do I give my testimony, well, it's your story. So I encourage you to sit down. The first person that told me this, which was actually years ago, maybe 10, 12 years, and you know how you hear things over and over, but then it lands differently at a season of your life where God's ready for you to understand this and move on it. That's what happens with this. So I literally had to sit down and go like, well, if I was going to tell my testimony, what is that? I mean, I knew my history, I knew my life, but I hadn't condensed it. And there is a process of kind of getting the full picture of whatever that looked like and then condensing it where you get it down to like, I can tell this story. Your personal story will help save lives. It will bring people to salvation. You will be a reason why they make it into heaven. And there could be nothing more powerful walking into 2025 than a few more believers putting together their story, practicing it, getting it ready so that it's like front and ready, right? It's the front of your mind. It's what's naturally there. So you can pull it and use it when God prompts you. Most things in life that are achieved, conquered, that you accomplish are intentionally pursued. They're intentionally sought after. Few things happen by accident, but the most impactful is intentionally being done. So there's two things. Find your one word. You can do them both. And brush up on your testimony. What is it? What's your story? And get ready to share it in 2025 and get ready for your life to change.